Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I am going to be painting on my camera. That's right, yes, my camera. Thankfully this is an old camera. This is the very first camera I filmed with when I started YouTube back in the very cringy, awkward days. I found it recently, I took the battery out and I thought it would be a cool idea to paint on it as I don't use it anymore. I'm not painting on my actual camera that I'm using for YouTube because that would be a bit silly, especially as I want to paint on the viewfinder. But I do have some paint splashes on my camera because that is what I'm like when I'm painting. But yeah, I'm going to be using my Artistro markers for this, and I'm going to be doing Pokemon Snap art on it because I am loving the game and I thought that would be really good for the subject matter. So like I said, I'm going to be painting on the viewfinder, and for that I needed to put some washi tape around just because I'm not that neat and it would protect the part of the camera that I didn't want to paint on. So I've got this really cute cactus washi tape because I bought a load of washi tape recently because I felt like I was missing out on having cute washi tape. So that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I didn't decide to gesso the camera, which I instantly regretted because I thought, oh, these pens will paint on glass, and they do, but it would have been so much better if I gessoed it. I feel like it should be like an art pin, like one of those relatable artist stickers or artist memes of why didn't I gesso? Maybe I should design that because I feel that is one of the most relatable things when I paint things. So for the viewfinder, I wanted to do a scene from Pokemon Snap, one of the photos that you can take, well, not quite, but the Pokemon, and there's quite a lot of Pokemon in Pokemon Snap, but I wanted to do a Pichu and Scorbunny, so that's what I did, and I just wanted it to look like you were taking the photo and that was the view through the camera lens. Unfortunately, I couldn't charge the battery because I thought it would be cool to have the lens fully out so it looks like it's ready to take a photo, but I couldn't find the battery, so I wasn't able to turn it on and kind of set it to that before I took the battery out, unfortunately. But never mind, it still worked out, and you're going to see a lot of activation mess on this bit of paper by the camera, and that's just how it's going to be because when you're using paint pens and you're as impatient as I am and you don't let the layers dry, you're going to have to reactivate them a lot. But that's okay, it's okay, trust the process. So I decided to go with the background first, and I did a blue sky and also like brown dirt and grass and flowers as the background because I wanted to base this on the very first level that you go to in the new Pokemon Snap, where you have the Pichu and the Scorbunny and also the Comfeys, and it's very flowery, it's almost like a nature park, and it's very sunny, and that is what I'm basing it on. So like I said, I wasn't that patient in letting the layers dry, so this does have a very ugly phase, but again, trust the process. And I'm using my Artistro paint pens. I do have a separate video about these pens where I do a first impressions and also a video where I compare them to Posca markers. So if you are interested in learning about how these pens work and whether they are good or not, I suggest you watch that video. They were good for what I wanted. Some of them were a little bit watery, but it's more because I don't shake them properly. You do really have to shake these pens. Well, you have to shake all paint pens, but these pens in particular, you do have to shake between use. So I'm just doing the flowers now. And yeah, I just built up from the back to the front. And yeah, I think it did turn out okay, but there's definitely some ugly teenage phase. Awkward teenage phase, not ugly teenage phase. Awkward teenage phase is a better way of putting it, of art, but that is like any art piece. But yeah, I did really have fun, apart from regretting not gessoing and not leaving it to dry. But yeah, I think it did turn out okay, and I also outlined it with, I didn't use the paint pen because it was a little bit of a thick nib, so I just used my uni pin liner to do the outlines, and I'm not sure if I should have outlined anything, but I thought that the flowers in particular needed some defining as they just didn't really stand out as much. And here's me not letting the layers dry and trying to paint over the top of undry layers because I'm impatient like that. So yeah, I'm really enjoying playing Pokemon Snap. I think it's a really beautiful game. It was very expensive. It was my extravagant purchase of the month, but I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really pretty, and I'm enjoying taking photographs of all the different Pokemon. So let me know in the comments below whether you've played the Pokemon Snap game and what your favourite Pokemon is in the game and what's your favourite photograph you've taken. I think the favourite photograph I took was of a really, really grumpy Pichu, which is not what this Pichu is going to be, but yeah, it was really cute and really grumpy and a little bit of a mood. So let me know in the comments below if you're playing this game too and what your favourite Pokemon from the game is. So here we have the Pichu, and I had to do a couple of layers of the yellow, but actually I was surprised that I only had to do 2 layers because it was more opaque than I thought. And here is the Scorbunny poking its head out, and Pichu is jumping, and I've given him a flower crown like in the level of the game. When you get to the little flower garden, he has a little flower crown, or she. And please excuse the motorbikes, I will try and edit them out, but it does seem that every time I want to record a voiceover, there's always the local people with the motorbikes are like, well, Katie's recording a voiceover, let's all go out, and drive past several times. Because I live next to a main road. At least there's no police cars today, because that does happen sometimes. But that's more when I'm streaming. I think the police come out when I'm streaming and the motorbikes when I'm doing a voiceover. So here is the Pichu. He is looking a little bit more finished now. I'm using the white as well to add highlights because I thought it needed it. And I'm just adding some extra details to the grass. And Scorbunny is taking shape now too. And yeah, I did need to touch this up a few times because, like I said, I'm very impatient, and I wasn't letting it dry, so it did get a little bit flaky, but I managed to cover it up okay. And once I had done, I did cover the whole thing in Mod Podge so it wouldn't scratch off. So yeah, we just need to do Scorbunny's face, and this looked a little bit scary. That is a demon Scorbunny. But at this point I took off the washi tape and then had to kind of scratch off to neaten up the paint just a little bit. And then it was a little bit wonky, a tiny bit wonky, but it's okay. It's fine. Life's a bit wonky, so it's all good. You can only particularly notice it on the left-hand side there. But yeah, Scorbunny's looking a little bit less scary now. He looks like he's just kind of poking his head up. And I do think the Pichu looks really, really cute, and I'm really pleased with how the Pichu turned out. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Katie. I make art videos, I paint on things, I paint things, and I do a lot of Pokemon videos. And if you're interested in seeing more Pokemon content, do have a look on my Pokemon playlist. I will leave a card and a link to that down below. And yeah, welcome. And if you like what you see, do have a look around and do feel free to subscribe. And there's the police car. They're coming after me because the viewfinder's wonky. But yes, do subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos. And here I am just adding some metallic pen to the flowers just to make it shine, and you'll be able to see that a bit more at the end when I move it around. But yeah, here is the metallic part, and for the front of the camera I cut out some shapes from some felt and I stuck them around, and as you can see, or you might not be able to tell yet, but it is a Comfey, because that's a big part of the game as well, especially on this level. There's like a field of flowers and there's Comfey flying around, and I thought it would go really well around the lens. So that is what this is. I'm just sticking on the flowers. I'm just using my glue gun because the felt will stick nicely to the plastic and metal. And yeah, I did add the middle of the flowers with a white paint pen and a black paint pen, but I do wish I'd probably sewn it, because when you're trying to draw on felt it does kind of break away, so it's a little bit fluffy. But I think it worked well, and I really like the idea of the Comfey and the difference of material. So you've got the really soft felt at the front to make it look a little bit more 3D, and then at the back you have the drawn picture. So yeah, this is my camera. It doesn't work anymore. It's more just a piece of art now. And yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think and give me some more suggestions of things to paint on. And if you like this video, emotionally, do leave it a like down below, as that really does help me out. And here is the finished comfort. I really like how it's just going around the lens, it's kind of hugging the lens, and it looks really nice and colourful. And I think the back also looks good. I think if you look too closely at it, it's a little bit rough, but I do really like how it turned out. I think it's super cute and adorable. So this is my Pokemon Snap camera. But that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.